Welcome back to Let's Get Physical, the podcast where we blend sports, business, education, and the real world of sports physical therapy. I am your host, student Dr. Dub, and today's guest is going to be a true game changer. Stay tuned.
It takes dedication, it takes motivation, it takes a winner's mindset with no hesitation. Put in the work, in the end, you will be celebrating. Embrace the process and watch how you get elevated. When you chasing your purpose and not just chasing the bag, you end up making an impact and also raising your stacks. We giving you life advice, we giving you straight facts. Come and tap in with us. Let's Get Physical, the podcast.
Welcome to episode 4 of Let's Get Physical, the podcast. I am your host once again, student Dr. Dub, here with my boy DC. And today we have the continuation of the interview with Dr. Janese Malone. This is part 3. Speaking of her journey to get to the NFL, and we got a couple of fun things for you in store today. So today we got my boy DC. He's going to drop some fun facts on y'all about sideline coverage in the NFL. Also, once we get to the end of this episode, I'll kind of give you guys a brief of the next episode, which would be the 4th and final part of the interview with Dr. Janese Malone, which is my favorite part, where she goes into more of like the mentorship. Yeah, that's my jam, man. But anyways, DC, go ahead and give us the sideline fun facts.
What's good, Dub Squad? Today's topic is called Fun Facts About Being an NFL Sideline PT. All right, team, it's your boy DC, back with another data drop. And today, we're talking sidelines, specifically what it's really like to work as a physical therapist in the NFL. You've seen the cameras, the bright lights, the highlight reels, but after talking to our professional PT friends, here are some fun facts most folks don't know about the job. Fact 1, you're not just a PT. You're an emergency responder. On game day, you're more than a rehab expert. You're trained in emergency on-field care. That means if a player goes down, you might be the first one sprinting out to stabilize, assess, and coordinate care with athletic trainers and team physicians, all in front of 70,000 fans and millions watching on TV. Fact 2, you travel like the team. Yes, you're on flights, in hotels, and on buses with the players. That means adjusting to different cities every week, quick turnarounds, and making the most of hotel gyms to keep players moving. You basically live the pro-athlete travel schedule without the playbook. Fact 3, sideline space is tight. Ever notice how crowded it looks down there? Between players, coaches, trainers, medical staff, media, and security, you're constantly moving to find space to treat someone without getting plowed over by a 250-pound linebacker. Fact 4, you see injuries up close, in real time. Forget slow-motion replays. You're seeing ACL tears, dislocations, and ankle sprains the second they happen. Your clinical instincts have to kick in fast because every decision you make could impact recovery timelines and even careers. Fact 5, you're part of a huge medical team. It's not just you and an athletic trainer. Sideline crews can include orthopedic surgeons, neuroconsultants, X-ray techs, paramedics, and dental teams. Everybody has a specific role, and you've got to know how to communicate with all of them instantly. Fact 6, halftime is a sprint. While fans are getting snacks, you're taping ankles, doing rapid mobility work, and helping players get back out there. It's 12 minutes of pure chaos, and the clock doesn't stop for you. Fact 7, the food is surprisingly good. Post-game spreads are legit. Think catered meals with high-protein options, fresh sides, and yes, sometimes a cheat dessert. But don't get too comfortable. You're usually eating while packing up gear and prepping for the flight home. Bottom line, working the sidelines in the NFL is intense, unpredictable, and unlike anything else in the PT world. It's high pressure, high reward, and every game is a mix of medicine, adrenaline, and teamwork. This has been your DC Fun Fact File. Now, let's get back to the show.
Fun fact file? Wow. My boy is the GOAT of coming up with segments. So thanks for dropping that little knowledge on us. I'm pretty sure Dr. Janese Malone, she's going to expand on a lot of that here in this episode. She's going to give us, a little more about what she done and insight. So, yeah, just stay tuned, and we're going to start the next part of this multi-series interview right now.
Okay. So, what experience outside of traditional PT education helped prepare you for working with athletes? Like, for example, well, you mentioned like the internships, the shadowing, volunteer. Was there anything else outside of that?
I mean, that's not really outside of that. I think the best thing that ever just really helped me was like to be in the NFL setting was really when I started doing my PFATS internships. Like those were because I was being put in that situation to be able to do what I'm doing now. So I think that's I don't think there was really a lot of outside experiences. The only one that I really want to say that did help me and open my eyes a little bit more was actually I had an opportunity to do a medical mission trip to Ghana, Africa. And so that was kind of the first time where I just kind of saw how healthcare can really just work together. So it was multiple disciplines. So we had PAs, we had nurses, we had OTs, of course PTs and athletic trainers. We had a dentist, like all that working together. And we went to like a medical clinic and we just served the community that was there. But that was really cool because I saw a fracture and I saw what it looked like when you don't get the proper treatment for getting a fracture diagnosed correctly. Because like they still had the pain, and then it was just different things that like led up to that point that we figured out that she had been walking on a broken foot. But like you saw different healthcare issues, like learning to, I don't know, it just helped me learn to just critically think a little bit better. And then I was responsible for coming up with that game plan, right? So like I think that was probably a really big experience that was outside of a traditional PT experience that really helped me and shaped me for who I am today.
Okay.
Yeah. And you talk about communicating with like somebody that doesn't speak your language that's a fun thing as well.
Yeah, I actually witnessed that trying to go on vacation and go out into different cities within other countries.
Yeah, exactly.
Order food. It was terrible. I ended up ordering something that it was a type of fish, but it's not something that I probably would eat on the regular. But
Well, I hope it ended up good anyway.
There was a lot of bones in it, but I ate it. Okay, so how did you build your experience with high-level athletes, and what steps can a student take to start gaining the similar experience that you've got?
I think that's pretty similar to just kind of what we just talked about like volunteering, shadowing, just getting those type of experiences help you build your experience because you're seeing different things with each of those, or you might see repetitive things and then you're like, oh, like I know what to do with that. And then sometimes you just see different, I always say that there's different ways to skin a cat, right? Because somebody's method of treating a lateral ankle sprain could be different from somebody else, but a lot of things work the same. But sometimes it's cool to get a different outlook or a different way of seeing how to treat something. So I think I also had like a unique experience of seeing just different levels of or different just different levels of athletes. So I've seen from your like Pee Wee football all the way up to professional football, which is cool, right? So you I think just getting that experience, that exposure, and seeing different things at different levels is just important. And I think that's kind of the steps that you take to gaining that experience.
Okay. Cool. So can you describe a typical day working as a sports PT and the challenges that you face in that role?
So I would say a typical day is going to be different for every single person that works with a team. You have no idea of like what the day can bring sometimes. But I will say that a lot of things can remain the same. Like you're going to have treatment, you're going to have practice, you're going to have a follow-up after that, probably like some treatment, some type of recovery after that. So I just say that as a blanket statement because it could be different for one place from another. Usually from what I've done, we're usually there pretty early. A lot of people underestimate like how early we start. I'm usually in at work by 6. That is like the start of my day. And that can include anything from just starting to get like set up for practice, coming in, or waiting on the athletes to come in to start treatment. We have a couple of, usually like a couple of hours of treatment before they all have their big meeting, like a team meeting. And then they might go into like, they might have like weights that day. So if they have their lift, we have that like time spent. I am very big into sports science. And so I have taken on the role of helping with gathering that data and just trying to break it down. So I'm very involved with force plates, Nordic curls, things like that. So a lot of times I get the data from the guys while they're in there doing their lifts. So that might look like my day on some days. After a lift, usually they go into meetings. So that's like our time to we have our own meetings at the same time. So we might have our staff meeting to talk about like the injuries that we have through that day. And then we might have like other tasks, documentation that we might have to do from that treatment. Because what a lot of people don't understand too is we have a bunch of athletes that come in at the same time. And so we're not sitting there like in your traditional PT clinic, right? Like you have a patient, you might have 2 at the same time, and then you're able to document then and there, or like while you have the patient, or you might not document them, but you have time to document like right after them. But here we're seeing like maybe 5 or 6 or 7 at the same time and just kind of bouncing around for that. So we don't really document at that time. So that is the time that we usually do it when they're in meetings, along with other things that we might be doing during that time. Usually after meetings, they'll have a team practice. The team practices can last, I mean, I think the longest I've ever done is like 2-hour practice. And so just kind of doing that, you have your cleanup after practice. And then they go into like treatments. Usually at this like professional level after practice, they have media that comes up to them. So they might be like interviewing for a little bit. And then they might come back in and like go in there. Again, they follow up with meetings, and then we're still like kind of simmering down from the day, making sure everything's done. And then usually about that time we're like grabbing dinner at that time, and then we finish. So usually my day is, depending on what's going on and all that we have to do, it might not end until like almost 9 o'clock, especially in training camp. Training camp is usually when the day is the longest and the time's longest. In season, it's probably not that bad. It's just depending on, again, like how what's going on in that day. They change up practices. They might have a heavy day in the middle of the week. They might have a light day towards the end of the week. And we address that schedule accordingly. And then like a game day is very much, it just depends on what time the game is. So, I mean, I'm very fortunate to be on a great team right now. So we get a lot of primetime games. And so the primetime games just means that I might start early and then I might not get out until like 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock at night or in the morning. So like, it just depends on when that time frame is or what that game is like. And even like just the prep up to the game, like what we did the night before, how travel works, just things like that. So it's different. Like that's kind of a sorry, like a long-winded answer, but it's a loaded question because it's all dependent and it can just change in an instant too.
Okay. Kind of a side question to that. Do you feel like a superstar? Because I feel like every time I watch the game, the camera finds you.
Oh, no, not at all. I don't even know half the time when I'm on camera until somebody like shows me, but that's funny. No, not at all. I just trying to do my job.
I feel you.
We're going to cut that interview right there. And man, she gave us a lot of sauce this interview, and I really appreciate her. And, you know, she might say that she isn't famous, but every time I do watch the game, I do find her, and that's pretty famous to me. I've never been on TV to my knowledge, but, you know, I like how humble she is. She's really the GOAT, honestly, and I truly appreciate her for doing this for me. And man, this next episode coming up, episode 5 of Let's Get Physical, the podcast, where she jumps into like the mentorship and everything. She really dropping knowledge and gems, and it's probably my absolute favorite episode out of this whole series. And I can't wait till you guys hear it. Please, once again, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know where I can improve. One of my friends and classmates told me I need to get a little more swag to me on this thing. And, you know, that's something I'm working on. I'm working on it. I'll get smoother with transitions. I'll get better with the talking. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I'm nervous, and, you know, it's just something that's new to me. But, you know, if it's something that can help, it's something that gets the job done, I'm down. I don't duck no smoke. It might not be the best jumper, but it's going in. For sure going in. But once again, thank you guys for listening. Episode 4 next, the final part of the interview series with Dr. Janese Malone, and then we'll get into our next interviewer. So guys, stay tuned. Thank you for listening. This is Let's Get Physical podcast. I am student Dr. Dub. I appreciate you. Have a good day.
It takes dedication. It takes motivation. It takes a winner's mindset with no hesitation. Put in the work, in the end, you will be celebrating. Embrace the process and watch how you get elevated. When you chasing your purpose and not just chasing the bag, you end up making an impact and also raising your stacks. We giving you life advice. We giving you straight facts. Come and tap in with us. Let's Get Physical, the podcast.